expect a treat in the skies tomorrow morning.
All right, 6 planets will be visible just before sunrise as part of the last Planetary Parade.
Planet Parade is most photogenic today and tomorrow as Mercury becomes prominent and the moon transforms into a thin crescent.
A rare alignment is lining up in the night sky, and for a short window, 6 planets will appear strung across the heavens in what's being casually called a planet parade. It sounds dramatic, and in a way, it is, but not for the reasons most headlines imply. This isn't a perfect straight line of planets or a once-in-a-lifetime event. What makes it special is visibility. Multiple planets will be above the horizon at the same time, spaced across the sky, and with a little planning, you can actually see most of them with your own eyes. The key thing to understand is that planets don't randomly wander across the sky. They all orbit the sun in roughly the same flat plane, called the ecliptic. From Earth, that plane appears as a curved path stretching from east to west. When several planets happen to be on the same side of the sun and visible during the same part of the night, we perceive it as a parade. They're not close together in space. They're just sharing the same stage from our point of view. What makes this particular alignment exciting is the mix of planets involved. You'll have bright, naked-eye planets like Venus and Jupiter anchoring the scene, along with Mars and Saturn adding depth and color. Depending on timing and viewing conditions, Mercury may also briefly join the lineup near the horizon. Uranus or Neptune can technically be part of the count as well, though those require binoculars or a telescope in very dark skies. Seeing the parade isn't about staring straight up at midnight. Timing matters more than anything. Most of these planets will be visible shortly after sunset or before sunrise, depending on your location. Venus will be the easiest to spot, blazing low in the sky like an artificial light that refuses to flicker. Jupiter will likely be nearby, brighter than any star and steady in its glow. These two alone make the effort worthwhile.
These are images from Italy that show the planetary parade. This is when Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune all appear to be perfectly aligned. The planets aren't actually in a perfectly straight line, but their positions make them appear closer together from our perspective here on Earth.
Saturn appears dimmer and softer with a pale yellow tone. It doesn't announce itself the way Jupiter does, but once you know where to look, it's unmistakable. Mars adds a reddish point of contrast, often fainter than people expect, but distinct once your eyes adjust. Mercury is the trickiest. It stays close to the sun, so you'll need a clear, unobstructed horizon and precise timing to catch it during its brief appearance. The phrase "how to actually see it" matters, because many people miss these events simply by looking at the wrong time or in the wrong direction. Light pollution also plays a role. You don't need perfect dark skies, but stepping away from direct streetlights helps. Let your eyes adjust for a few minutes. Avoid checking your phone constantly. The sky reveals itself slowly. One common mistake is expecting the planets to look like they do in telescope images. They won't. To the naked eye, they appear as bright points of light. The giveaway is how they behave. They don't twinkle. They stay steady. That steadiness is your clue that you're looking at a planet, not a star. If you have binoculars, the experience improves immediately. Jupiter's moons may pop into view. Saturn may show a tiny oval hinting at its rings. Even without detail, the awareness that you're looking at multiple worlds, each with its own atmosphere, moons, and history.
Tomorrow you can see 4 planets at the same time with the naked eye before dawn. That's Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn. The highlight tomorrow morning will be a 9% lit crescent moon appearing very close to Venus, with Mercury below and Jupiter above. It's best seen in the east in the hour before dawn. A good view of the horizon is also necessary.
Adds weight to what might otherwise seem like a simple skywatching exercise. There's also a psychological element to planet parades. Seeing several planets at once compresses the solar system into a single glance. Normally, planets feel abstract, something you think about individually. During an alignment like this, they feel connected, like parts of a moving machine briefly visible at the same time. Historically, planetary alignments carried enormous cultural significance. Ancient civilizations tracked them carefully, weaving them into calendars, myths, and omens. While we no longer interpret alignments as messages or warnings, the instinct to look up hasn't changed. there's still a sense that something meaningful is happening when the sky organizes itself so neatly. What's important is not to overhype the geometry. The planets won't form a perfect line. They won't cluster tightly together. They'll be spread out along the ecliptic, sometimes spanning a huge arc of sky. That's part of the appeal. You're not looking at a single point. You're scanning the horizon, moving your gaze from one world to the next. This event also rewards repetition. Go out one night and note where the planets are. Go out again a few nights later, and you'll see that they've shifted. Mars will have moved slightly. Jupiter's position will feel familiar, but subtly different. That motion is real. You're watching orbital mechanics play out in real time. For beginners, this is one of the best ways to learn the sky. Planets act as anchors. Once you find Venus or
The last chance to see the Planet Parade is on Thursday. The next impressive Planet Parade will happen in October 2028 when 5 planets will be visible together before sunrise.
Hey, you know, we have this planetary alignment that's happening right now. If you go outside and check it out, you need binoculars or telescope to see Uranus and Neptune, and Venus is out there, Saturn too, Jupiter and Mars. Of course, the brightest in the sky is Venus, and Venus is almost always out there if it's, clear skies.
Jupiter, you can orient yourself, trace the ecliptic, and start recognizing constellations nearby. The sky stops being random and starts to make sense. The parade won't last forever. Planetary positions are constantly changing, and the window where all 6 are reasonably visible at once is limited. Miss it, and you'll still see planets, but not in this convenient configuration. Catch it, and you'll have a mental snapshot of the solar system arranged across the night. What makes this moment special isn't rarity alone. It's accessibility. You don't need a telescope. You don't need technical knowledge. You just need clear skies, the right timing, and a willingness to look up a little longer than usual. When you spot that first bright planet and then realize there's another and another stretched across the sky, something clicks. The solar system stops being a diagram in a book and becomes a living thing above your head. That's the real value of the 6-planet parade. Not the numbers, not the headlines, but the chance to see multiple worlds sharing the sky with you, all at once.
Saturn is a little bit harder to see. Jupiter and Mars. Mars will be the orange planet. All right, so there it is in display. And, it's not entirely uncommon to happen, but you'll never get all the planets to align. That won't ever happen in our solar system, at least from the Earth perspective, I should say.
Don't want to miss. 5 planets will line up beneath the moon in a display often called a planetary parade. You can catch the best glimpse of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Uranus, and Jupiter in a row just after sunset.
We have some really cool views of the planets this week.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through the cosmos, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell. And when you're ready for your next space mystery, click the video right here.